What's up, Moto Flight Guy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the fuselage, specifically getting it ready to strip the paint off of it, so stay tuned. All right, so to get this thing ready to strip the paint off of it, we got to pull the canopy off. We're going to have to tape off the windshield, and we're going to take some stuff apart on the tail of it. I've not taken this thing apart before, so I'm just gonna have to figure it out as I go along, I guess. But we're gonna start getting this thing ready so that we can start putting some stripper on it. All right, so we got the canopy off. We're starting to take the tail apart, and basically there's 5 bolts that hold the vertical stab on. There's 4 in the back here. So if you look right here, there's 2 here, and then there's 2 underneath the bottom rudder mount. And then the 5th bolt is under this cover right here. So I got to pull this little cover off. We'll get in there. We'll take all 5 bolts out, and then we should be able to lift the vertical stab off of the airplane, which will allow us to get in here and start taking the stabilator apart. So once we got everything removed from the airplane that we needed to actually physically remove from it, we started the process of taping and masking off areas that we didn't want stripper to get into, and then actually putting the stripper onto the airplane. All right, so we've basically got the airplane taken apart as far as we're gonna take it apart for the stripping process. We've masked off the windshield really well because we don't wanna get any of the stripper on the windshield. And we've masked off the cockpit area. That way we don't get stripper and water and everything else down inside the airplane. We're trying to prevent stripper from going where we don't want it to go. And the tail is off of it. We left the horizontal stabilator on. We're gonna strip it in place. And so basically the next step is we need to wipe down the airplane because there's a lot of dirt on there. So we actually need to clean it first before we strip it. And then we'll start applying stripper, letting it do its thing. And then we'll scrape the old paint off and pressure wash it off. So let's get to it. All right, so it's multiple days now after we started the initial stripping process, and I just got done removing the horizontal stabilator. The reason why I left it on the airplane initially is because I didn't have a good way to secure it while we were trying to strip it, and I thought, well, it's already mounted on the airplane, so we'll just go ahead and strip it in place, then take it off and get any spots that we missed, right? That was before I realized that this primer is literally indestructible, and we've still got quite a bit of stripping to do on this thing. So I came out today to take the horizontal off. I thought it was going to be easy, but since I don't know how this airplane is put together still, I actually needed another set of hands, and we were trying to figure it all out, so I didn't get it on film, but I'll take you guys over and show you some stuff right now. So the main reason why we needed it off, other than I need to check everything, right? Like I got to go over this thing with a fine-tooth comb, but there's still quite a bit of primer and a little bit of paint, as you can see, and it was just really, it's tough to get to that with the stabilator in the way. I also need to clean out all this dried up old paint, so I need to vacuum and use compressed air and blow all that out, clean it out. It also allows me to inspect right there that bulkhead, which is known to develop cracks due to the tail wheel mount. So we need to check all the tail wheel mounting points really well, check for cracks on these bulkheads, and then go ahead and clean everything up. Probably reprime this, get everything coated, and we may be doing something to improve the access back there, but that'll have to be another video specifically talking about that. And here's the stabilator. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of primer still left on it. This is upside down right now, so this is the bottom side. It's still quite a bit of work to do there to get that thing stripped down and prepped like it should be. But I was happy to see that this thing has the jack screw trim set up with the Dayton electric trim motor set up on it. So that stuff is all it's the community agreed upon best way to have trim set up on a Thorp T-18. Some of the guys were going and using some of the Ray Allen servos and getting the servo trim tab travel incorrect, and those aren't strong enough to deal with the forces. So you want the jack screw and the Dayton motor, and now we know we've got that. So the other thing that was easy to confirm while I was doing all this is you can see those 3 screws there. That confirms that we have the weight in the leading edge on both sides, which is a what do I want to say, update service bulletin. You need to have that in there. These are fixes that fixed tail flutter issues on the Thorp. So I'm going to sit down and go through the whole list of everything that I need to check, but it's just nice to be able to confirm some stuff as I'm going along with the disassembly. All right, everybody, so this video got way longer than I expected it to get, so we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But it's a few days later, and you can see the fuselage behind me. Basically no primer left on it. There was a few detail spots that need hit, but for the most part it's bare aluminum now. And I've got some of the other pieces to do, like the vertical stab and finish up the horizontal stab. But you guys get the process, right? Like, it's just multiple applications of stripper and a lot of elbow grease. So this old primer that was on here, which I think is a green zinc chromate primer, it just kind of softens it, and you really just have to take a plastic scraper and just work your way back and forth over every square inch of the aluminum, and then wash it down afterwards. So definitely did not go as easy as I had built it up in my mind, but we got it. We're getting there. We'll get everything stripped off, and we'll move on to the next stuff. So the next video is going to be some more stuff probably around the fuselage, because I need to take some stuff out, and there's a couple modifications that's going to be taking place with that. So that'll be a different video on its own. As always, thank you guys for watching, and if you want to follow along, make sure and hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.